Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
My God, man. Have we just spent the last 2 weeks in Vegas?
That is like the saddest thing I've ever heard. What kind of life do we actually have? Why don't we just sort of discuss the existential nature of life today?
I think that we should get one of those residencies, like you see Donnie Marie on the side of the big, I think it's the Pink Flamingo or
That's
something
right.
like that. We need, well, first of all, we are the CRM players. We kind of got
Right.
started. We need a
Not
CRM player.
Donnie and Marie.
No.
We are not Donnie and Marie.
We should, we spend enough time in here, and we can invite all our other buddies like Razy or even more than we are.
Right.
We need a CRM players residency.
That would be awesome.
What hotel should we shoot for?
I don't know. Well, Cosmopolitan, I've always liked that.
I like the Cosmo.
Yeah.
Aria's pretty nice.
Aria, another one. This
Actually-
one I like. I like this one. The rooms are good. 55 restaurants. We'll never have a problem finding something to eat.
And Emerald Stadium.
Yeah, Lagasse. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. So we'll have a jumbotron to watch sports.
All right, so we wanted to circle back around and talk a little bit more about Oracle MCX. That was, a 2.5, 3 days, pretty significant amount of things that they announced, some things that are going on. So, off the top of your head, what were the first things that kind of stood out?
Well, two things in particular. One was the culture change at Oracle itself, right? Which, look, Oracle, and I'm being nice when I say this, Oracle was very buttoned up culture, highly bureaucratic, stiff kind of culture historically, and it's been difficult at times. I mean,
Well, they've been focused more on the IT profession
yeah,
for the most part.
they've been a product company, and everything that means when it comes to culture. Now, and we were at, Oracle MCX, which of course is concentrated on the customer-facing business applications. The culture is entirely different, and it's relaxed, it's friendly, there's a lot more right brain involved in their culture than in the past, and as a result of that, you saw the willingness to take chances, you saw, humor evolve and emerge, you saw things which you would never associate with Oracle that were pretty. Right, you saw
the user.
Well, that was the second thing too. Exactly. I mean, Hillel, last name unknown.
I think it's Cooperman.
Something like that. Timmerman, Cooperman. He's the guy in charge of building out this UI. And again, I'm not saying treat this as unofficial. Have no research at all when I say this. This just strictly operating from my gut, but they arguably have the best UI I've seen in the industry at this point. Now, again, I'm not absolutely saying that. I'm saying that from my gut, what I saw, they had a stunningly great UI for all their CX applications. And finally, the evolution of their AI. It was interesting when we were if you remember, when we were at Microsoft's Analyst Summit, we saw the AI for sales, which was outstanding.
Right.
I mean, truly
That's
outstanding.
probably the best thing.
Yeah. It was just out of this world. And what was interesting about this, so I can't say Oracle's is better or worse, but they actually have a very similar product that, you can see the possibilities with. Now, Melissa Boxer now runs all the AI. And the other thing that we're starting to see with Oracle as a result of, and it was reflected in the AI, is, Oracle historically, because of exactly the orientation you were saying, has been a technology stack. Mm-hmm. And now it's shifting to ecosystems and platforms, and then thus the AI is not only what it was, say, a year and a half ago, which was an add-on to the solutions, but is now also a part of a platform. So all of this was dramatic, and you come out of there thinking Oracle's going to contend with Microsoft and Salesforce and so on.
Well, I think one of the key moments for me was when Rob Tarkoff, who heads up Oracle CX Cloud, had his fireside chat with Mark Hurd, who's the co-CEO, and you could tell, at least it seemed to me, like there was definitely more of an appreciation for business applications, from a couple of things what he said, and he even mentioned, kind of alluded to, Larry Ellison, of course. Larry's thinking around, like there's more curiosity, there's more openness to it, and it makes sense because as more and more companies do things in the cloud, run their businesses in the cloud, like you said, it puts more emphasis on business applications over kind of the traditional, what traditionally IT people are focused on. So it makes sense that there's more shift, more appreciation for the business application. I think NetSuite might even help with that because their acquisition of NetSuite, and one of the first things Mark Hurd said when he was on there with Rob was how great the NetSuite acquisition has been for Oracle, and how I believe they doubled their revenues since their acquisition. And I think that shows the power and strength of business applications too.
And I think, the thing that Oracle's always had going for it is they know how to build things, right? They're really good at that. Even in their worst moments, they still were building good products. And Steve Miranda really knows how to do this stuff, and he's pretty extraordinary at it. And he's been there a long time, so he knows the culture, he knows the people, he knows what they need. And the thing with Steve, which is always unique to me, is that, this part isn't unique, but he's a lovely guy. He's a really good person. But he also has the ability to, he doesn't hold on to legacy. If he knows that when things evolve, he has to evolve with it, and as a result of that, he orients the Oracle applications toward the market and aligns accordingly, and he's done that very successfully with CX. And with Rob there, who of course is former CEO of Lithium and prior to that worked at Adobe, Rob has vast enterprise experience, and also, as people who have seen the Playaz episode we did with him, he's funny, he's relaxed, and he has a really good sense of what he's doing. He's kind of made for this job. He really is. He's got resources now, and so you take all of that, added with the sort of super senior management, understanding the value of business apps, and then investing accordingly, and Oracle becomes a big heavy hitter.
Are you surprised that it maybe took 3-4 years to kind of get them to the point? Because they've always had a lot. They bought a lot of great pieces.
Yeah, you know what it is though. I've had in my earlier days in this, I had a really bad history with Oracle. It's really bad. I'll put it this way: it was at the point where I physically threw an Oracle representative out of my office.
Wow,
it was that bad.
Really?
Right, back in the '90s, right? And I was an
before
Oracle
social
partner.
media. That would have been great.
I know, film it and go viral. But the one thing, what I never lost my respect for, even as much as I really was upset with them at that point, was their ability to actually produce things that were meaningful to their customers when it came to the technology. Am I surprised that it took this long? No. And the reason I'm not is because of the culture change that had to happen for that. And Oracle, a culture change that was 20 years overdue, really, and yet they've made that change now, and it's well underway. Another example of it is Brian Kern, who is the VP of, he was a new title, I think it's VP of Next, which is an Oracle program. What Brian used to do at Oracle was he was the guy responsible to go to customers and help them identify their actual customer journeys, right? And it was a service Oracle provided to their customers. And now Oracle has escalated that program more toward a Ignite-ish kind of approach, similar to Salesforce. Not identical, it's got a lot of other attributes. It's a global program that Brian now runs, and the idea is more transformational strategy, it seems, at least what I know so far, and Oracle, because Oracle has made the changes, realize that the customers need this, and Oracle's not going to necessarily make a lot of money on that. But at the same time, it enhances customer loyalty and advocacy, which keeps them in the Oracle fold. So, but that took years to get there. Years and years to get there. So that's what I mean. I'm not surprised it took 3 to 4 years, but I think it was long overdue.
Okay.
So let me ask you on your side. So last week when you were sitting there and you were watching all this, you're a conversational interface guy, like you're the guy, right? So, and Oracle, if I remember correctly, was showing some things around that. So
sort of matter-of-factly.
Right. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? I think that was amazing.
Well, one of the things that, a lot of people focus when it comes to the voice stuff in particular on, the customer engagement aspect, so it's the B2C, and rightfully so, because that's, there's a lot of interesting, exciting stuff going on. But one of the other aspects that I think really from an enterprise perspective is it may move the enterprise more into doing conversational stuff, is the impact it could potentially have on productivity of employees, making it easier for them to use the applications itself. And so there was, just like I said, a matter-of-factly demoing. Maybe they were actually demoing something else that was the heart of the demo, but what really caught my attention was how they were actually demoing using the application with your voice, and how easy and natural that it is to do that, and how more efficient it is. And I think that holds the key. And we were at MCX, but they also had the modern business experience going on. It was like a co-located conference. And that side of the house was more the back office, and what we saw was front office. And I think from a front office, back office, any employee perspective, if you're able to make the applications that they have to use to do their job easier to do, and they're going to use it more, and if they use it more, that means there's going to be more data in the system, and if there's more data in the system, that gives more fuel to the AI and the machine learning. So I think that's another opportunity. They're showing it, illustrating it. Maybe they should illustrate a little bit more, because I think being able to use your voice to do things in the systems and the applications, instead of clicking and typing and all those things, it's not necessarily natural for us. I think it's a win-win.
Well, you're seeing it with everybody doing everything like that, right? I mean, all over the place. So, and Oracle seems to actually be taking, it's funny, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's market leading, but let's say it's a market forward kind of position with great stuff already, and saying nothing about it.
I know.
I know that here you have something that's conversational and they're saying nothing.
and the Oracle, they have the potential to have a big impact, because they have CX, but they also have the other pieces of the puzzle.
I'll tell you, man, I was so impressed with what Oracle was doing. I did not expect. I expected good things. Rob being there, and I had conversations with him and Des Cahill, who runs kind of product. He's like the CMO equivalent of CX. And very funny guy too.
Yeah.
I guess the best way to put it was, so I expected something, but not what I saw. It was well beyond what I saw, well beyond what I expected, and it was pretty amazing. I really see Oracle on a potential just path like that. I mean, I don't see that other places with other companies. Usually, even when I go to these things, I see evolutionary things, I see some positive stuff, but not at this level of drama, so to speak.
Okay.
The difference was just so dramatic.
Absolutely. All right, but we've been way too positive. We are the CRM Playaz. We do pick on little things. Right. All right, so the actual event, MCX, was there anything that you would recommend they do a little differently with that conference?
No, actually a lot of things. It's like, because they make so many dramatic changes, you tend to want to forgive them. It's like your little kid trying really hard, but he doesn't quite make it. And it's like, now with modern parents, no matter what you do, you win, and you get a trophy. So you want to give them a trophy even though they came in 5th, right? It was kind of like that. Let me not pick on that.
We won't be too specific about any individuals, but
no, no, definitely not.
No,
they look, and it kind of goes to the whole thing. Actually, some of the weaknesses of the conference itself, the actual event, were tied to the failure to fully evolve their narrative in the right way. And so look, if you're looking at a corporate narrative, you're looking at a story that at every level is both consistent, evolutionary, and at the same time resonates with the people who are hearing it. What would happen with them is they'd start out with this brilliant story, and then it would drop into a product discussion immediately. It was like literally like this. And then then they go. Then they wouldn't even like climb back. They just sort of skip it, then go back up here, and then they go, and then they go like.
I'll just say that every time you do that, it really picks up pretty loud.
That's good. Well, we had a small tremor. It was 3.2 on the Richter scale, just so you know. But we're okay.
All right. So what I think I'll say.
Okay.
and I want to. I think part of what happened was due to something you said earlier. They're changing. They're willing to try new things, and I can honestly say that conference, Oracle MCX, was different than any other Oracle event I've been to, and I think the good thing is they're willing to try new things. I mean, heck, they had us do a rap battle thing.
I know, that was awesome.
So,
I mean, the idea of it was awesome.
really, yeah, the
Let me
idea, the
rephrase
execution,
a little different.
maybe we should have been executed.
We'll
but
let
no.
we'll let you see at some point.
So it's good that I love the fact that they're willing to try and do new things.
Too.
There's a little bit of a disconnect in some of the things they try.
Yeah, and
but it goes with, you got to get the bad with the good.
Again, you know what it is? Okay, third place, here's the trophy. That's pretty much it. It's like, you're still a winner, right?
Yeah.
It was like that. So, we're parenting here,
Yes.
right? We're being good parents.
We kid because we care.
That's right.
But all in all, I think, like you, it's obvious that they've got so many pieces to the puzzle, and you're seeing them pulling together. Like, I think, the CX Unity.
Actually, that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, and I love the way they kind of set it up, or the way they framed it.
Why don't you explain a little what it is to the
So yeah,
audience?
CX Unity basically is their product that pulls all this disparate data from, it could be behavioral, it could be transactional, all this data together, and enables them to find relevant insights that could be used in their content creation, in their customer interactions, in their prospecting, marketing. But the thing that really, so it's, people say it's like a CDP, but I like the way that they kind of they kind of made themselves distinct in a way of saying most CDPs are really focused pretty much on marketing itself. But what all that Oracle has, it goes way beyond the marketing. They want to basically take CX Unity to be way more than the traditional CDP, to be something that impacts beyond marketing, so other aspects of the business, because of all the data that they have from all the different kind of business applications. And I think that approach and that foundation really is perfect for going beyond what traditionally people think of a customer experience. They always focus customer experience on marketing and on service. They're saying we've got all the different dimensions that we can throw at this.
Yeah, and look, honestly, really what they're talking about is, of course, my time-honored bitch here in general, which is they're really talking about customer engagement, not experience. But that said, I've given up on fighting them at this point.
Like when people try to say, well, change the definition of CRM.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Remember CRM is dead?
Yeah, I certainly do. But I mean, it really is. But the fascinating thing is, it's a foundational piece for an engagement platform, and we know, like, Pega has one that you can really call that.
Yes.
And Oracle's on the way to one.
Yeah.
They really are.
And the Data Fox, and and the
Boy,
Infinity.
I love Data Fox.
Data Fox. That was like
that was love affair, man. It was like, wow.
But it's a key piece.
Yeah,
you can see it's a huge piece, and when you throw that with the CX Unity and then all the other pieces under the CX Cloud.
Yeah, they're onto something, and not just onto it, they're going somewhere. They really are.
They need to go out of Vegas, though.
That's right. Otherwise, we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah. But all right, so that was. Is there anything else to add to that?
No, I think we're good.
Oh, shout out to Kim Guillaume.
Oh God, yeah, Warrior Queen, man. Kim Guillaume, Warrior Queen. She runs AR with the independents for Oracle CX, and she is just a rock star. She's just like night and day rock star.
Yes, and she even brought her, what did she call her, swag chain?
A swag
or
chain,
something like
that's
that?
right. Her swag, it's kind of bling, really. But
Yeah.
She probably got that definition a little off, but I'll tell you what, she is just killer. She's awesome, and we love you.
Yes, and she's the one that came up with the whole idea for the rap battle.
Yes.
So you can blame Kim Guillaume for that one.
Right. Oracle Senior Management, take note.
All right, so I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are still in Vegas.
But not for much longer.
And we're still the Playaz.
Out.